I have viewed the comments section and I am quite disappointed. I post a video about the Dark Angels, the Emperor's first sons, and you come back to me talking about this traitor filth like Thousand Sons and Alpha Legion, and I'm just disappointed. So today we're doing Blood Angels, because that was the one loyalist Legion asked for. I'm kidding, we'll get to you traitors in a bit. But today we're doing Blood Angels. With Blood Angels, we can kind of go for two different sort of feels to them. We can go for a much more regal, medieval, more like early Renaissance sort of aesthetic with lots of embellishments. We can go through the Crusade variants, which are a little bit more early medieval in inspiration. You know, some more bolted on areas and such. And then we can go for the kind of the shock assault idea, which is going to be more so they come out of nowhere with crushing force and the shock assault sort of nature of things. So, that being said, we are going to start with our intercessor and see what type of stuff we can wrestle up from the bits bin. So here's our base trooper, and then here's a mix of a couple things that I just talked about. So this is a Blood Angel. It's badly painted. This is one that I made a bit ago. And going a lot for that shock assault sort of variant. So chain swords are super great here. So always recommend some good chain swords. Purity seals are always nice. Good medieval looking embellishments along that ridge there. So stuff like that, super nice if you can find it. The assault intercessor kit is going to, of course, have all of those shoulder pads that have that nice bits there. And then, of course, if we go for Templar stuff and Dark Angels, we can also find some nice medieval embellishments. The Assault Intercessor kit also has this really nice sheathed chainsword. So if we want to go for something like a bolter, like it will be in this episode, we can still add a chainsword, something like that, to beefing up that aesthetic. Another thing to look for kind of more artsy purposes, I was thinking, is stuff with plasma. This is usually something that the Dark Angels use a little bit more than the Blood Angels, but you'll see plasma a little bit more than a lot of other things besides bolters and a lot of Blood Angels art. And also that blue contrasts very nicely with the dark red that the Blood Angels usually use. So that's super nice. Another great thing is Blood Angels look quite good with standard intercessor helmets, but that is boring. So another great option is these Black Templar helmets. They have that much more late medieval, regal feel to them. What I'm going to be using today is going to be going a bit crazy. I'm going to go for the Stormcast helmet. So it has that nice face helmet mask thing on it, which people like Dante and the Legion have. We're going to go for a couple purity seals, fairly minimal embellishments. We're just going to add a holster, but we're going to keep them looking pretty clean. Might add a combat knife or something for that assault sort of feel to them. And then I also happen to have some Blood Angels bits lying around, so we will be using this on that particular model, but the same rules will apply for everything else. And so let's go ahead and throw some together. So here is our Blood Angel now. We're going to go around and talk about a couple different details. This is going to be a little bit of an in-between. We have some much more royal, regal aesthetics with this helmet we're using. The gun is going to, in a more artistic viewpoint, contrast nicely with that armor. The armor is usually a little bit of a darker red, but it can also be somewhat bright. In either case, though, that blue is going to be a very nice highlight there. I put a little purity seal on the gun there. Didn't want to overload him with too much purity seals and, bits of pouches and things. But I did put this nice chainsword on his back there. So that's going to be nice. You can still see it a little bit from the front, so it's nice and present from a modeling point of view. Got a nice holster there, so that's looking nice. But we're going to keep it fairly minimal on the pouches, like I said, because Blood Angels are usually much more clean Legion. Usually when you think about legions that are super, intense about keeping their armor really nice and pristine, we think about the Emperor's Children. Blood Angels I like to think of as kind of the loyalist version of those. They're a little bit more clean and regal, royal, kind of early Renaissance, late medieval sort of aesthetic. But they're a little bit more, they're more loyal for one, which is always a good thing. But so keeping the armor a little bit clean. Of course, chainswords are always nice, even if it's in a regular intercessor squad. Add stuff like chain swords if you like how it looks. Why not? It doesn't matter. You can play the game how you want to. Stormcast heads. Your friends that play Stormcast and Age of Sigmar are probably going to have some extras. So those are going to look nice. And usually it's just the upper ranks of the Blood Angels that have those. But, you know, it lends some character to them. So, well, you can always go with a nice medieval helmet, like the Templar ones or normal Intercessor ones like I have on this guy right here. Those will always look nice. When it comes to eye color, blue, green, and yellow are all good options. The yellow has a nice bright pop to it like I did on this one. This one's not very well painted, but still. The blue is also going to have a nice contrast, just like I mentioned with that plasma. And then the green is also going to have a nice contrast, make it look a little Christmassy, but, you know, that's how it is. The other embellishments are kind of up to your taste. Blood Angels are very flexible. They have a couple different variants that they often come in, but those, either way, are still some pretty good principles to go by. This video was a little bit shorter than the Dark Angels video. If you want specific things on kits, then tell me in the comments. For this one, this is from a Stern Guard kit, so that's nice. This one was extra. I built mine and didn't need it, so we got one here. The rest of it, mostly Assault Intercessors. Pauldron is obviously a bit from the sprue, specifically for the Blood Angels. And then the helmet is, of course, from Stormcast. The rest of it, fairly flexible. As I said, that helmet was from Black Templars and not that one. And you can make that look really nice on some good Blood Angels dudes. But yeah, that is about all I got for y'all today. I wish you the best with your Blood Angels kit bashing and your armies going forward. Y'all have a wonderful day.